Cool fact, a crocodile can't stick out its tongue. Also, you can get health insurance for a month or just under a year in some states. United Healthcare short-term insurance plans, underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, offer flexible, budget-friendly coverage for you. Learn more at uh1.com.
In today's Smart 7 infected blood inquiry report due, Iran's president confirmed dead after helicopter crash and lots more. It's Monday 20th of May, it's World B-Day, and happy birthday Busta Rhymes.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Monday sees the long-awaited report from the official inquiry into infected blood scandal. The inquiry was originally set up by Theresa May in 2017 and has spent more than 6 years interviewing witnesses, civil servants, politicians and medical experts. More than 30,000 patients were given infected blood products in what has been described as the biggest treatment disaster in the history of the NHS. Sunday Times political editor Caroline Wheeler has been covering the story for 25 years. She says the investigation began from a tip-off from a member of the public.
And a chap called Mick Mason called me and told me the most extraordinary story about how he had been infected with hepatitis C and HIV and had recently received a letter telling him that he may also have been infected with variant CJD, which at the time was known as mad cow's disease.
Over 3,000 patients died as a result of the scandal, which came about because blood products from other countries were used and never tested. Once the report is published, the Treasury is due to announce a compensation package for the victims and their families, which is expected to be in the region of £10 billion. Labour's Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting says under a new Labour government, there'll be new rules which would see any manager who tries to silence a whistleblower fired.
One of the things that concerns me, both about the contaminated blood scandal, but also about the ongoing silencing of whistleblowers in the NHS, is that we still have a culture of cover-up.
Russia continued its shelling of cities in the Kharkiv region over the weekend, killing at least 6 civilians. It's part of a new Russian offensive in their war on Ukraine, and extensive bombing and shelling have forced thousands of residents to flee. Speaking in China as he wrapped up his visit with Xi Jinping, Russia President Putin says his troops are not trying to capture Kharkiv, but rather to protect the Russian-occupied areas.
As for what is happening in the Kharkiv direction, this is also their fault, because they shoot, and unfortunately continue to shoot, in residential areas. I said publicly that if this continues, we will be forced to create a safety zone.
With Ukraine under intense pressure as it waits for more ammunition and air defences to arrive, President Zelensky was reporting some progress in repelling the latest Russian attack over the weekend. He also accused the West of not wanting either side to win as the first peace conference approaches in June, and Russia looks to demonstrate momentum for their side.
The entire Kharkiv operation of the occupier is aimed at weakening our overall forces across the front. And at the same time, it's an attempt to strengthen its propaganda. Propaganda aimed also at world leaders.
Israeli troops continued fighting in northern Gaza and in the eastern suburbs of the city of Rafah over the weekend, even as a war of words between members of Israel's war cabinet intensified. Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz has threatened to resign if there is no clear plan laid out for Gaza after the war has ended. He set out 6 goals he'd like to see achieved, but Prime Minister Netanyahu dismissed his comments as washed-up words that would lead to Israel's defeat. Meanwhile, there was a warning from the UN's humanitarian chief, Martin Griffiths, that shortages of food and supplies in Gaza will lead to apocalyptic consequences. Cindy McCain of the World Food Programme says it's unacceptable that Israel continues to block aid.
Either an inability to get in or a miscommunication, from wherever it came from. And we get stuck at a checkpoint, and then by the time the sun comes up, people figured out we're there and they loot the entire convoy. I'm not faulting them for looting. They're hungry. And we should be able to get in a way that's at scale and unfettered.
Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi, Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian and several others are confirmed to have been killed in Sunday's helicopter crash in northwestern Iran. Drone footage was shared on Iranian state news agency website of the site, where the president's helicopter had apparently crashed in bad weather. Raisi is a famously hardline figure, close to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and the man behind the recent assault on Israel using drones and missiles. Sky's Alistair Bunkle had this report early on Monday morning.
The supreme leader quickly appeared on television last night to reassure the Iranian nation.
People must be assured that there will be no disturbances in the country's affairs.
But this is a delicate moment for Iran. Despite the promises of calm by the regime, there will be great uncertainty in the days ahead.
Still to come on the Smart 7, no surprises in the Premier League, and Youngblood has a big idea right after this.
Quality sleep is essential. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is designed for your ever-evolving sleep needs. Need a bed that's firmer or softer on either side? Helps you sleep at a comfortable temperature? Sleep Number Smart Beds let you individualize your comfort, so you sleep better together. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number number 1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed for a limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Welcome back.
There was heartbreak for Arsenal fans on Sunday as Manchester City failed to slip up on the final day of the Premier League season. Pep Guardiola's men didn't falter. They won their game against West Ham 3-1, while Arsenal struggled to a 2-1 win over Everton. That meant that Man City finished 2 points clear on 91 points, leaving Arsenal in second, Liverpool in third, and Aston Villa in the fourth and final Champions League place. But the day belonged to a man who is leaving the Premier League, Jurgen Klopp, in an emotional farewell at Anfield.
We decide if we are worried or excited. We decide if we believe or we don't believe. We decide if we trust or if we don't trust. And since today, I'm one of you. And I keep believing in you. I stay a believer 100%.
As summer rolls around, it's time to start planning for whatever music festival you have in mind for this year. Maybe you're heading to see Dua Lipa and Coldplay at Glastonbury. Maybe you're off to see Liam Gallagher at Reading. One thing is certain, tickets won't be cheap. Someone who is very familiar with music festivals is Doncaster's own Youngblood, and he's trying something totally different, starting his own festival, one that will focus on new talent and new opportunities, and not on ticket price. It's called Bloodfest, and it's on the 11th of August in Milton Keynes.
I believe music should be for everyone. Fact. It should be for absolutely everyone, or at least accessible to everyone, because you could have the next Morrissey, you could have the next Bowie, you could have the next thing, and if they can't get access to an instrument or an access to a place to express themselves...
South Park has been on air for an incredible 26 seasons, and it's been renewed until 2027, so there's still plenty more of the anarchic animated adventures to come. As fans wait for season 27, there's a new special on the way, which sees the boys tackle one of the hot topics right now, weight loss drugs. It's called The End of Obesity, and it follows the famously plump Cartman's efforts to shake off the weight. It streams on May 24th on Paramount+.
There's these new crazy drugs people are doing. Have you heard of semaglutides?
Semaglutides?
Ozempic, Mounjaro.
You know, Cartman, this could be dangerous. Let's do it. We've been out navigating the American healthcare system. I almost died.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Whether you're a morning person or a bedtime procrastinator, everyone deserves a mattress that works for their style. And you'll find the best mattress for you at Ashley. The new Tempur-Adapt collection at Ashley brings you one-of-a-kind body-conforming technology, making every sleep tailored to be your best. The collection also features cool-to-the-touch covers and motion absorption to help minimize sleep disruptions from partners, pets, or kids. Shop the all-new Tempur-Adapt collection at Ashley, in-store or online at ashley.com. Ashley, for the love of home.